Yes, everybody of us on the West Ham Network. Hope you are all safe and well, my friends. This will be the review show. We're just having the last few minutes of the game. Last drubbings of the game. And then we'll be doing a full review. But we're just jumping on now. So you can be all ready for when we want to talk about the game. Currently, obviously, 1-0 to West Ham. Not long to go. And then Anton's going to be jumping over with everyone else as well. Be lovely. Elsewhere in our group, Silkeborg are beating Stenar Bucharest 5-0 at home, which is absolutely mental. With other game, obviously we're winning. Anyone else interesting? Mulder are beating Shamrock Rovers 3-0 at home. But with this, we've gone to 9 points. Let me borrow those. Oh. Pardon me. Anton's going to be joining us very, very shortly. And we'll be taking your calls live as well. But if you want to come on and talk to us on the stream, or whether you want to give us a bell, give us a call, have a chin wag. Why don't you? Not long to go in the game now. Oh, West Ham 1. Got we played then. Anderlecht 0. Just in injury time at the moment now. Not long to go. Skamaka came on and saved our blushes. I think him and also Paqueta. Pablo's had a shot right footed shot for about 35 yards. Fast breakaway, but it was attempt missed. Coming out of a corner from Anderlecht. So yeah, it's getting there. We're getting there. Hi, Simon. Boom, indeed. Visha, I hope you're well, my friends. Hope you're well. Yes. So with this one, we'll go to 9 points in the group. Anderlecht will have 4 points. And then, surprisingly, Silkeborg go to 3 points with FCSB, bottom of the league. Obviously, we play Anderlecht next week, so 9 points. We've got 3 games left, so 18. 3 games left? Yeah, Anderlecht, yeah. So 18 points maximum. 18 points maximum, yeah. Silkeborg, so a win basically next week guarantees us. Yes, guarantees us. I think so. Danielle's on both shows. You sort of literally are channel hopping. I like that. You literally are channel hopping. Very, very good. Not long to go, as I said. Anton's going to, as soon as the game's finished, he's going to dive straight over. My feed's gone down, which is great. So I'm trying to watch it on here. So my feed's gone down. I'm going to have to buy Sky Sports. I'm so cheap. Espedito. Nearly. Yep, indeed. Anderlecht in their first goal of the tournament, which is good. 3 games in. 4 games. Yeah, 3 games in. Not too shabby, Alonso, is it? Not too shabby. Not long to go, as we said. And we'll have Anton. We'll have your views, your thoughts, and also we'll also have hopefully some what's it called? People from in the ground coming over. And having a good old chinwag as well. There's a foul by Flynn Downs just then. We're obviously in injury time. 3 minutes into injury time. How many minutes injury time do we have? I can't remember. But yeah, 3 minutes in. So not too far. Not too far from the end. And then we'll be on for about half an hour, 40 minutes or so, just talking about the game, dissecting it, getting your thoughts as well. Whether you want to come on and live here, or whether you want to do it on the phone, on the old blower, the old dog and bone. You can come on the old dog and give us a chinwag. So let me just change it. Join us for a chat. There we go. Either by video. See link in chat. Or call us. Yeah, not too far. Booking. Down's got a booking there for that foul. Yeah, we're just... just want us to just it hasn't been the sort of success we wanted, the sort of comprehensive trouncing, but I don't think it ever would be, particularly away from home, particularly Anderlecht away from home. So for me, I thought me and Anton said at the beginning, I'll take a 1-0 win, and it's finished 1-0. West Ham win the game 1-0. away to Anderlecht. All done and dusted. Boom. Sorry, only got the last 10 minutes, but did it know it was going to start early? Always we start early. Congratulations, West Ham. West Ham 0. West Ham 1, Anderlecht 0 rather. Right, let me sort this out. I know Anton's going to jump on in a tick as well, so he can come on and say hello. What we're going to do is we're going to give you opportunity to come on and chat. Hopefully some of you have come over from the live stream, he says, hopefully. And you'll be able to say hello. Anton will close that stream and you come over here, so it's all good. Yeah, I'm very well. I've got a bit of a cold, I'll be honest. Actually, I've got a big cold, I'll be honest. I'm a brave soldier. I'm a brave little soldier, really. I'm surviving. 3 points, perfect. 3 games, 3 victories. I like it a lot. Love that quite a bit. Well, you would do, Mikey, because you can go into the office tomorrow and show everyone how great you are. Can't you? You certainly can. I'm going to send a link to Martin, see if we can get Martin to come over, and John. They're in Anderlecht. They're at the game, so hopefully they'll come on. Just find the transfer. Good to know. Came over automatically. No issues. That's how it works, Rob. Should just go. No problem at all. We're getting there eventually. We're getting there. So it finishes West Ham 1, Anderlecht 0. What are your thoughts? What's your general thoughts on the game? Obviously, we went for a different formation, different setup. Moyes had to bring on the boys, so to speak. Had to bring on the boys second half. And they made a difference. Didn't work for Howard. Unbelievable. Right, let me sort this out and we can get you guys on having a chinwag. All right, let me just get all this ready. Let's do that. And we do this. And let's get everything ready. Like that. And then we add to that. And then we do that. Lovely. Working for you. Nice to see. Pretty, but not yet. Job not done, indeed. Huh?
Then we do that.
Of course we do.
Yeah. Do you know what, Russ? Did we not say before we came on the stream?
We did.
I'll take a 1. Someone wrote. Wasn't. What was your prediction?
I said like 3-1. I think I did.
And someone in the chat, I can't remember who it was, went 1-0, and I was like, I'll take that right now. Because we're away from home against a well-respected, European team, big team who aren't playing well in the league. Neither are we.
Yeah.
And just walk away with the 3 points. That's the vital thing for tonight, was walk away with the 3 points. I think.
Yeah.
I can hear me again. Oh, I can really hear me. Oh, it's
gone.
What's that? Am I here?
Yeah, you're there. Oh, sorry. So where are you? There you go. Sorry. There we go.
I was like, what's going on? And I think that as a whole, our performance was good. It definitely deserved more goals. Absolutely deserved more goals. We just couldn't really put the ball in the back of the net. There were some dodgy moments at the back, but when I say dodgy moments at the back, that was really down to just lack of concentration. And it really was just lack of concentration. However, you can't help sometimes and think that maybe sometimes a better quality player would have put the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah.
The but was, we are in the Europa Conference League, and that's exactly what happens in this league. So you play the competition that's in front of you. And really what won us the game was the substitutions in the end.
Yeah.
And it really highlights the big thing, which is squad depth. I mean, look at the man himself. Look how handsome this man is.
So
the size of his ear. Look at the size of his ear.
Loves that poke in that thing. To answer Matt's question quickly, no, there'll be no one because you got three yellow cards. You get 3 yellow cards for the group stages.
Yeah.
So we currently had 4. I think it was Cresswell, Ogbonna. So Ogbona's got 2 now. It was Cornet, and then 1 more as well. Emerson had from the first game, for the first 2 games. So you get 3. Yeah. Mikey's happy. Mikey can go into the job. Can go in looking all good in the hood tonight. West Ham U58.
So if you are watching, Russ is putting along the bottom there how you can come in and have your opinion. So you don't have to come in on the screen visually. You can phone, and it's no cost to you as well. So if you are calling from an international number, you can see it there, +44, and then the rest of the number. And the UK callers, you just literally pick up your phone and you dial 0116 318 3846. We've been testing it and it works really well. So just come through and have a chin wag with us and let us know your opinion. You won't have to come on the screen as well. Russ, this is the team that we put out, as you can see here in front of you. Sefao, Antonio, Dawson, Ogbonna, Areola, Johnson, Benny, Lanzini, Bowen, Emerson, and Flynn Downs. But let's get on to one player I want to talk to you about, and that's Benrahma. I don't know how to explain his performance. I feel a little bit sorry for him tonight. In terms of when I say sorry, it's like he did have several chances. He just could not put that ball in the back of the net. And when he came off, he looked dishevelled and pissed off. And I think he was pissed off at not putting the ball in the back of the net.
It was his chance, that's what I felt sorry for him. Wasn't it? It was his chance. He knows with Cornet, he's not stupid. He knows that Cornet, it will be probably going into the side for the Fulham game if nothing came up. If Benny had a man of the match performance today and he'd scored a hat trick, chances are he'd be playing the Fulham game. He was taking Cornet's place, but he didn't. And as you said, he gave the ball away. The commentators also said he gave the ball away quite a bit as well. They were quite not very complimentary about Benny on the commentary. So that doesn't help because people listen to commentary and as well as having their own opinions, they listen to other people as well. He just didn't. I mean, he's been our most until probably the last couple of weeks. He's been our most consistent player. Maybe after Kira, in all honesty. And it was made for him today, but he just didn't do it. Yeah. Just didn't do it today, unfortunately.
I'll give you Benrahma's stats for the game today. He played 69 minutes. He had 2 shots on target. He had 1 shot off target, and he had 3 shots blocked. He was successful in 100% of his dribbles today. He missed 2 big chances, 48 touches, 70% pass accuracy, 1 key pass. He wasn't successful in any of his crosses. He was 50% successful in his long balls. He won 50% of his ground duels. He lost possession 15 times. Now, when you look at his attacking stats, I there's one real big chance he had that he really should have put in the back of the net. And the ball, Jared Bowen done a lot of hard work out there on the right-hand side, played the ball through to him, and he was leaning back. And I think he's the sort of player that gets so used to the fact that there's so many defenders on you, and he really just needed to place the ball into the back of the net. But he was leaning back, the ball took a little bobble, and it went to row Z. And I was gutted, not just for West Ham, but gutted for him. Because at that point, he had, which I've just read out to you, 2 shots on target, 1 shot off target, 3 shots blocked, and one of those was the last one. And it was like, oh man, a goal for him would have really topped off that performance tonight. Really would have.
Yeah, he would have. And I think, and it's always one of those things with Benny. He's such a frustrating player sometimes because he can be a real match winner, and he's come on before, and particularly European games, and been that match winner. I think was it Zagreb away where he scored a couple, and it just wasn't his. And sometimes with him, it's just not his day. It just doesn't fall for him, and it's more luck than necessarily skill level. We know he's a skillful player, but sometimes it just doesn't fall for him. I don't understand why it doesn't sometimes. Yeah. But you saw a difference. Go on.
Yeah, I think on that, I think I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that it will fall for him. I still believe there's we'll see a bit more of him. Like, getting that win tonight is vital for West Ham because that allows, if he doesn't start on Sunday against Fulham, it gives him the game at least at home in Anderlecht at home to again prove his worth. And if he can put a couple of those balls into the back of the net, his confidence will grow. He'll because his all-round game today was all right. Like he held the ball well. He gave it away a few times. I think it was 15 times. I said.
It's a lot in it.
But he's a creative player, so you maybe kind of expect that a little bit. Yeah. If it was Flynn Downs giving away a ball 15 times, I'd be more pissed off.
Because we usually say that when I remember was it the Everton? No, was it the Brighton game where it was it was him and Rice and Souček combined were like 32 times.
32 times they gave the ball away, and then progressively as we've played through the season, that's dramatically dropped.
Yeah,
I mean, let's look at Flynn Downs tonight. He's lost possession today 8 times.
Wow.
So there's a massive, I think in the game against Brighton, like I said, there were 32 times each, so it was like 16 and 15 each.
Yeah.
Between them. But Flynn Downs has had we can move on to him if you want, but he played the full game. He had 83 touches, so pretty dominant in his play.
Yeah.
I said it earlier on in the first half when I was watching the game. I can see similarities to Declan Rice. I don't like saying that.
No, yes, he's like early Declan Rice. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, definitely.
He passes and moves quickly into space, and he screams for the ball, and he wants the ball to be played for him. He's a ball-playing central midfielder, whereas Souček likes to break up play. He doesn't massively shout for the ball a lot. He likes to drive forward and try and win set pieces and headers and stuff like that. So Flynn Down definitely offers us something else. I mean, he's scored really highly up there tonight, for one of the man of the match performances again. Really, really played well. I mean, he's got 83 touches. He had 91% accuracy in his passes. He was successful from 8 of his 13 ground duels. He was successful in all of his aerial duels, 100% of them. He only lost possession 8 times, like I said. 2 interceptions, 5 tackles. So he was a kind of all-round performance tonight. I mean, when I do the analysis show, you'll see his heat map. He's everywhere in the middle of that park. Everywhere, dominant.
He was always in the thick of everything, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I think he's really, I think it was a really. I mean, to be honest, every game he's played, I think he's justified why we've signed him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like he's a really good player. And unfortunately, he will not until Souček either gets injured, I think, or just goes off even worse off the ball than he has done until last game. He's not going to get ahead of him. He just isn't, and. That's unfortunately the way it is. But as I said, if he doesn't play against Fulham, then he knows he's going to be playing on the Thursday, and that's a lot of these players. They are the European or at the moment the cup competition side. That is the cup competition side, with obviously the Premier League side on the bench really, and they've had to bring them on to sort of do the job. We had a debate in pre-match whether it was right to do that or to do the other way around, go really, really strong with the first 11 and then kill the game off, so to speak, and then take them all off, take the likes of Declan Rice or do the reverse. And obviously Moyes did the reverse. He put out not a second string, because they're hardly second string players, some of them, but have all the Premier League players, starters, on the bench and bring them on when needed. And he had to obviously bring on Declan and Paqueta, who was outrageous with some of his play today.
He really
absolutely
was,
outrageous.
Yeah, he was really effective. I mean, he just shows his quality. I think the first touch on the game, he penetrated their defence and put the ball through for, I can't remember if it was Skamaka or Bowen, but it was like absolutely nothing to him. I mean, he was quite deep on the field as well, and it was the perfect weighted ball from quite a large distance, Russ. It penetrated 2 or 3 of the Anderlecht defence, and then it was unlucky. I think the shot was blocked from him. I think it was Bowen, to get my memory right. But I mean, he came on, and what a game changer. I mean, it was a positive game anyway for West Ham. In my opinion, it was. There was, like I said, a couple of negatives to think about. I mean, we can talk about the Areola save. I mean. Oh. What a bloody save. If you've not had a chance to watch it, make sure you go back and have a look. But the ball gets crossed in quite late in the game, and Fabio Silva, I think he breaks the defence and has I think he's inside the 6-yard box, isn't he?
Yeah.
And it's a heavy duty header. It's a proper striker's header.
Brilliant.
And Areola's it's close to him, but he's kind of gone one way and had to adjust quickly, and it's fully like his hand, it's the strength of his wrist really that's kept that ball out the back of the net. Huge.
Yeah, I mean that's what the goal kick. That's what they practice, to have that. It's a strong wrist. It's not necessarily the hand. It's a wrist, because obviously the impact of the ball. And I mean, first half he had a save. Oh, we got a call. We got a call coming in. Wait a tick. Let's just bring them in. Hello, caller. Hello, caller.
Hello, son. Who's that? Russ.
Dad.
It's Jim. How
it's
are
Jim.
Russ? You all right?
How you doing, man? You all right?
All right, son. Look, Andy said ring this number. I don't know what he was talking about there.
Oh dear, Jim Baker. Right, what did you think about the game, mate?
Oh, it was a brilliant game tonight. I love that game tonight. I think, well, especially when he brought on the subs. I mean, he did exactly what I was hoping he would do there. Skamaka was brilliant there, Russ.
Yeah, he was, man.
So good.
Him and Paqueta were just different class, weren't they?
Oh, yeah. I love that bit when Paqueta started, when he trapped that ball in the front. He was brilliant when he did that, and that boy was looking at him as if to say, "Oh, what's going on here?"
Yeah.
But Skamaka just took the chance, didn't he?
Yeah, he certainly did. He took the chance,
Yeah.
and that's the difference. I think that's that's the difference of Skamaka. Whereas Antonio maybe he might take 3 or 4 of those. If he has a sniff, he scores, doesn't he? Pretty much 99% of the time.
Dad,
were you delighted tonight then with that as well, Russ? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you on the site now with Anthony?
Yeah. You might not be able to hear Anthony talk, but you can hear me talk, which is the important one.
Right, of course it is. Yeah.
What do you want to say to him, man?
Can you hear me now, Dad?
No, that's good.
No, he can't hear you.
All right.
No, don't worry.
So I just want to say he loves.
And I thought something coming up here now, and I thought it was a link to going online or something. Were you doing the show with him tonight, Russ?
Yeah, I'm doing the show with Anthony tonight.
Russ doesn't know he's online. You want to tell him?
I know you're online. You're online, by the way. It's a show, but it's a phone-in show, so that's why.
Oh, a phone-in show. Fair enough. Right.
There we go.
No. Yeah, look at the game tonight. I thought it was just up the street, and Anne's just walked in. I'm just telling you 1-0 where Skamaka scored.
Oh,
He come on. Yeah, it's me telling Anne. She just come in. So I'm telling Andrew.
Oh, good. You'll have to give her the rundown, Jim.
I will do. I'll give her the whole lot in a minute.
All right, I'll let you go. I'll let you go and chat to her. She's coming.
Okay. Nice talking to you, Russ.
Take care, Jim. Bye bye, mate. Bye bye. Oh dear, funny.
There you go, everyone. So if you want to come on, all you need to do is ring that number, and it just brings you through. And I think obviously for people like my daddy loves that, he'll love that.
Yeah,
it's that easy. Pick up the phone, dial.
Yeah, we had particularly if you haven't got good Wi-Fi, and sometimes when you call, when you try and do it online, it doesn't really work. We had Dave from Norwich pre-match. We had Darren from Thailand this afternoon as well. It's like just to give us a little bit, give people a bit more opportunity to talk if they want to talk, rather than necessarily anything else. I'm going
to address this comment from Usual Suspects. Skamaka must be the first choice forward now. No ifs or buts. Absolutely, in terms of the Premier League, I still think there's. I don't think he needs to start the Conference League. I think that what we should have now is literally what happened tonight, moving and reverse order for the Premier League. Skamaka starts.
Yeah.
Antonio impact.
Yeah.
For the Premier League and Conference League, Antonio starts and Skamaka impact if that's what's needed.
If needed, yeah.
And then also you've got the option to play the 2 if you want, if needed. But right now, we're making it work. Let's just keep that up. It's 2 wins in a trot. It's a clean sheet tonight, Russ. Clean sheet last week. Got Fulham next. We had 13 games. We were talking about 13 games. It's a big October, big November for West Ham. We're massive. 2 down and we've got 6 points, albeit 3 in the Premier League and 3 in the Europa Conference League. But it is massive, mate. It's a really big boost forward for West Ham. And that's what's so important about having... This is why this team tonight... This is why I'm glad with this team. Because we've got over the line, albeit with the subs. But Jared Bowen had a run-out. He had a good game. Mikel Antonio had a run-out. He had a good game. Side Benrahma. Do you know what? Apart from not putting the ball in the back of the net, I thought he had a good-ish game.
Yeah.
Emerson, good game. Flynn Downs, fantastic game. Lanzini, quiet, but done a job.
Yeah.
Quiet, but he's done a job. Sefal, that's an important one for me, Russ. I've been going on, as you have, as all the West Ham fans have, about the right-back position, about him lacking a bit of pace. I tell you what, with his experience in Europe, he needed that game tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. He
really did. He really did.
And I think he grew into the game as well.
Yeah.
I think, if you look at, Anderlecht, we spoke about that, the number 10. He was a little bit of a bugger, little bugger, wasn't he? Just a little old Ververen up at number 10. He was dotting about. They the Belgian press are labelling him the potential next Eden Hazard. And he's got a bit about that. I can get that. I thought Fabio Silva, as we said during the watch, and wasn't the quickest player, but he was finding the right pockets. And Oggy and Dawson came up a little bit short, I think, in all honesty. I think sometimes. I think there was a couple of times where he was just offside. He was getting these sort of nice diagonal runs. But apart from that, it was like not really much else. You know what I mean? They had a lot of possession at times, and we let them have a lot of possession at times. But yeah, and I thought obviously Ben Johnson as well. Great to get Ben, but Ben get some minutes under his belt as well, man. It was it's all good to see.
100%. Obviously, what you saw was West Ham, like Russ said, starting with the back five. So Ben Johnson slipping in alongside Ogbonna and Dawson. You know what? I just can't get my head around Dawson, to be honest. I can't get my head around how he just turns up and does a job for West Ham, and he does it really well, week in and week out, when we need him. When we need to rely and when we need Cam in our defence, we rely heavily on what Craig Dawson brings to the team. He dominates that back line, mate. He really does when he plays, and he didn't really change tonight. He stepped up when he needed to. I thought Ogbonna had a great game, but that wasn't for the fact that Dawson was there being the main man alongside him. Dawson's a key element to West Ham, and the fact is we nearly lost him, and we still could lose him, and that is going to be a big loss. People don't realise that, but it's going to be a huge loss if he leaves the club, mate.
I think you know, and I think I always assumed, and maybe it's wrongly, that I always assumed that Zuma made Oggy a better player, that Zuma made Dawson a better player. But actually, I think it's Dawson makes Zuma a better player. I think Dawson makes Oggy a better player. It's actually Dawson's the one who's the glue, not necessarily Zuma. And I think what's going to be fascinating is when Agard comes back in.
Yeah.
Because he'll basically be commanding a first team spot because you spent 30 odd million quid on him. So, you know, he comes in at the left side of that back two. So, you know, you would think Zuma, but actually, sometimes I think Dawson's the better option, you know, because Dawson, you know what you're going to get. Zuma with his knees and stuff like that, he gets injured quite a lot. So it's going to be fascinating. And then obviously Kira, you know, hopefully maintains that right back berth for the sort of the first 11, so to speak. And you'll have a proper ball playing centre half as well, play with Agard coming in. So it's all to play for that second centre half spot.
Absolutely. Howard Ailes is saying, what was Paqueta's stats, Anton? So I've got them for you. He played 21 minutes. He played 21 minutes tonight. He had 33 touches. He got 1 assist, 80% accurate passes. Now, I've noticed this with Paqueta. I've noticed that he doesn't score predominantly really high in his accurate passes. There's a but to that, and that's not a bad thing for a player like Paqueta. Paqueta is a progressive thinking player. He is always thinking of breaking and penetrating that defence. And if he was to penetrate the defence 100% or 95% of the time, we would probably be scoring a shitload of goals. But there's probably not many players like that who can penetrate the defence as much in the world. Really, I'm being really honest here. I really don't think there is. So he's a trier. And I think the comment follows with Scarborough Hammer. Paqueta was outrageous when he came on. He constantly tries forward balls. They don't always come off, but he keeps going. It's the nail in the head, Scarborough. It's the nail in the head. He is such a forward-thinking, penetrating. Like, we've missed it. We've missed it for so long, Russ.
Yeah.
Someone who knows how to just absolutely slice open that defence. I'm not even finished with the stats, though.
Sorry. Carry on. I was about to say, I hark back to the likes of Berkovic. You know, you go back and look at John Hartson that when he scored that 26-goal season, how many goals were basically Berkovic putting him through, and you can see the way that could be Skarmaka and Paqueta. You know, that sort of just as you said, putting the right.
Can you hear the washing machine? Can you hear the washing machine?
No,
you can't. That's fine. No. That's good. I thought you could. Sorry, carry on.
That's what I say. So it's as you said, we haven't had that type of player for a long time. Sporadically, we've had that player. You know, Lanzini can sometimes put a pass in, and sometimes, obviously, we had Payet as well. But having someone who's going to be doing it consistently from that sort of midfield spot is...
He won 50% of his ground duels. He won 50% of his aerial duels. He lost possession 8 times. There's a funny way with a player like him. Like, so I mean, I'll give you the comparison. I'll get Vladimir Sefal's stats up, right? He played a bit progressively forward, but he lost possession 18 times. But so he played in a, if he was playing right back and he lost the ball 18 times, you would be concerned. He was playing more as a wing back, so that makes more sense that why he would lose the ball a bit more.
Yeah.
And with Paqueta, you can understand why he would lose possession. So it's not such a bad thing as such, because it means that he's finding these pockets, like you said, Russ. He's getting himself to be a progressive player. He was fouled several times. He made one interception. It's his heat map that you really want to see, which I'll do when I do the analysis show, because he is everywhere. And Russ, I know me and you were having this, not a debate, it was just a kind of, where is his best place to play? For me, he absolutely suits playing deeper. I love him. I love him being deep. I love him being deep, and what I say, but I think
that's a meme. There's a meme. Yeah.
I think he
I know
really
what you mean.
suits. He, at one point in the second half, when he came on, he shielded. He dropped deep. He shielded the ball, head over the shoulder, and from a really crazy tight angle. I think he lost the ball first, won it back.
Yep.
Shielded the ball. 2 or 3 players on him. Declan Rice found some space. Found Declan Rice. No issues at all. Tight spaces, deep on the ball, great vision. I think we've honestly found a world of a player here, and I hope he just continues to show us what he's capable of doing.
As he said, he's a Brazilian international. Yes, as a first, not just a squad player. He's, in the starting 11 for Brazil. Mug to do that, is it? Mug to that at all. But I agree. I think it's finding his best position and the position he'll make most influence in. Do you know what I mean? I think you think a bit deeper. I think a bit more up front. But Moisey will eventually find it. He'll eventually find it, mate.
100%. 100%. I'm just going to send this number to someone because I think. Hold on a second.
Oh dear. Andy's in the chat. Good evening, Andy. Hope you well. Make you well, Barnsley. Downs was my man of match in bed with COVID, but nice to see the boys win. Bring on Fulham, indeed. Johnson quiet, but put in a solid performance. He certainly did. James said, fantastic performance by Dawson and Downs, followed by the Fab Three coming on for 20 minutes and a good save from Areola. That's pretty much the game in a nutshell, to be honest, James, I think. Paqueta sees things before they happen. His vision is insane. Skarmaki is saving us. Well, Joe, that's why we spent all that money on this player, because, as we said, as I said to Jim, we haven't had that for a long time. A player who pretty much, if you put it on a plate, he's going to score 99% of the time. And that's what we needed for like 3 years at least, is someone who can just, put it in the back of the net. But, it's having that person who can give it to him to put in the back of the net. And him and Paqueta, I think, together, it's going to be the new Berkovic Hartson. Paqueta's assist for Skamaka's goal was sublime, says Neil. Neil, you need to get to bed, mate. It must be about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning to you. You haven't.
You can't get to bed after that.
Can't get to bed, yeah. Skamaka's position is insane.
Skamaka coming on the park again. He plays off of players like Declan Rice. He plays off of players like Paqueta. He loves it. I think he really suits all the players that are really there. And it's hold up play, but it's not just his hold up play and his bringing in the his other players. It's his ability.
We got a call. Wait tick. Hello caller.
Hello. How are you?
Who have we got?
It's Andy.
Andy. Marzi.
How you doing?
Marzi from his deathbed.
Oh, don't, mate. Second time. I don't get it the third time, otherwise it will be third time lucky.
Third time, well, unlucky for you, mate. Third time unlucky for you, big geezer.
Yeah, I know. You gents all right?
We're well, mate. And a belated birthday. Happy birthday to yourself, mate.
Yeah, no, that seems such a long way away on Monday, considering what's happened since.
Oh, dear. But that cheered you up. It must have cheered you up today.
Oh, it did, mate. And it was just, like you said, it was just nice to go into a game and not having to worry about like players getting injured and stuff like that. And it was just Downs for me. I put it in the chat. He was my man of the match.
Brilliant,
I thought it was outstanding.
Yeah, it's only a frustrating thing that he's not gonna. That that Souček will have that number jersey, so to speak, in that place in against Fulham on Sunday. You just know he will. So it must be tricky for him. But as you said, at least we know that the chances are Downs will be playing on Thursday at home. Hopefully you'll be better and you'll be able to come along and watch the game.
Yeah,
But
hopefully.
yes, but he was brilliant, wasn't he? I think 91% pass completion, Ant said today. And he was brilliant, wasn't he? Absolutely brilliant.
Milesy, if you hear me, mate, I've actually, I think you can because I've muted him now. I know he can't. Can you not hear me, Milesy?
Never, but in Moyes we trust, so to speak. Obviously, he thought that wasn't the right game, and to be honest, since then Souček's picked up form as well. So it's a nice dilemma to have. But he just I know it's early to say, but he just reminds me of Noble, who just wants to get a tackle in, and he's very calm on the ball also.
Yeah. He is, mate. He is geezer. Well, at least that made you go to bed. You can take your paracetamol because you've got to take your paracetamol for your COVID, don't you?
Yeah, I know. I've lost me taste and smell today again as well. So
Oh,
that's nice.
That's the worst of it, isn't it? That's the worst
Yeah,
of it, mate.
I had garlic bread just now, and it just tasted like cardboard.
Oh, well, there we go. Maybe it was cardboard. Don't know, do you?
Yeah.
You get to bed and get better. You get to bed and get better, mate. And we'll see you on here soon.
Yeah, take care, James. Speak
Take
to you
care,
later.
mate.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Take care, man. Good old Milesy. From his deathbed, bless him.
Russ,
From his
your
deathbed.
task is to resolve this issue because it's annoying me. I can't talk.
No, it's not. I told you it won't happen. You won't be able to do it. You won't be able to do it. You won't be able to do it. So yeah. Right. So you can do it if you figure out yourself. You do it. You can talk, but you got to figure out. I've sent you the video.
There he is, the man himself, Flynn Downs.
Yeah. Brilliant
Great
game.
performance from him. Yeah, it really was. Like I said, if you're interested in coming on quickly and having a chin wag with us, then dial that number if you're in the UK, 0116 318 3846. If you are abroad, Europe, international, you can just dial +44 116 318 3846. I think also the StreamYard link is in the chat as well.
We're going to put it back
We're
in the chat.
interested in coming on and having a chin wag and letting us know. Declan Rice coming off the bench, getting a run out as well was really interesting and good. And he did what he said in the press conference, mate, which was he would hold the ball and progress the ball forward, and he did. He did it.
Yeah.
And he was misjudged in the press conference from the comments he made. He wants to play game time, mate. He wants that game time.
Of course he does. He's a professional football player. They want to play football. You know what I mean? The good ones want to play football, and I mean, at the end of the day, when you look at it, he's had a run out. He's had his 20, 25 minutes, something like that, or half an hour. You had Skamaka had a little run out, obviously scored. Paqueta came on with a great little cameo role as well. We kept a clean sheet. Didn't look like we had any knocks either, which was good. So it's on to Sunday, really, isn't it? Yeah, we haven't got time to think about anything else, really. As Pete says, no knocks and on to Sunday. Pretty much it is, isn't it? To be fair.
I think he's going to, David Moyes, you're in the changing room with the team. Shit, man, you're going to be 2 clean sheets in a row, 6 points, like I said. He's going to be delighted with that. I don't care what anyone says. You can sit here and judge the game all you want, putting the ball in the back of the net. I get that. There was frustrations there, but it was not for the lack of trying from a West Ham side. I mean, I'll bring you up the game stats if you're interested in the final game stats, which is West Ham held possession more than Anderlecht, 55% to their 45%. We had 18 shots, mate. 18 shots. But here's the big difference. We could only put 3 on target.
Yeah.
That was it. There you go. That shows you, 2. Anderlecht's 12 and 2 on target. We had 6 shots that were blocked and 9 shots off target. So it shows you just didn't have the finishing boots on there as well. So, really, really interesting stats there. Someone's asking me for Ben Johnson's individual stats for today. Thought he had a great game, coming back from injury, Russ. He attempted today a load of long balls, and at one point I thought, is this actually going to work? Like he was trying it so hard, and they weren't getting to the man. But he played the full game. He made 3 clearances, 1 interception, 1 tackle. He had 79 touches. He had 86% pass success rate. He only made 2 from his 5 attempts at long balls. So that's something I noticed that was putting us on a little bit of pressure because the ball was coming out to him on the right and he was trying to switch it out to the left, and he only was successful with 2 of them, and we lost 3 of them, and a lot of their attacks came from those moments. And I actually said it in the stream. I was like, he needs to just stop that for a minute, please. But he won 100% of his ground duels. He won 50% of his aerial duels. Lost possession 11 times. Reasonably high for someone that plays in that role. Reasonably high, but, all right as such. So, yeah, a good performance. A good performance from someone that's been out for how long? What was he been out for?
Villa game, weren't he? He got injured at the Villa game, so a few weeks, isn't he? He's been out for a few weeks because it went quiet. We hadn't heard about him at all, and then he sort of just then he said, he's back training, and then they said he might be featured today, and they did, and they featured him, and as you said, I thought he played all right considering somebody's been out for so long. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic.
The captain of the day, Angelo Ogbonna, leading from the back line. Good performance from him.
Yeah, I think he got found out a little bit sometimes. I think he went to sleep a couple of times, in my opinion. But yeah, he played all right. I mean, we kept a clean sheet. We kept a clean sheet. We've scored against a team who haven't conceded in Europe. We're undefeated in Europe this season. One of our games, clean sheet. We go 9 points. As I said, Silkeborg beating Bucharest 5-0 at home.
That's interesting, yeah. So was that the final result?
That's mental, yeah. 5-0 it went. 5-0. So, we get 9 points. Anderlecht have got 4. Silkeborg got 3. And FCSB have 1 point. So, win next week. And that's us done.
Yeah.
Done.
What a huge score that is, actually.
That's absolutely crazy. That's one of those weird ones where, that's a weird result. But with the Silkeborg fans, obviously, you've seen them. They're crazy, and once they probably got going and got 1 or 2 in, they just took over the gaff.
Yeah,
took over the gaff.
Yeah,
very, very good.
Loads of comments coming in here. Let's see what everyone else is saying. Where are we? Oggy has to stay on the staff after this season. He the man. Listen, you're never going to meet someone who's going to criticise a player so much in their life like I've done with Ogbonna. I've held my hand up when he's played really well.
Yeah.
I've also going to hold my hand up and say he's bounced back from a potentially career-threatening at his age injury, and he's come back and proven me wrong by turning up and doing a job. And I know he's slow in the uptake. He's lost a bit of a pace for a while, but he's reading the game a lot better. I think if he plays alongside the likes of someone like Kira or Dawson,
great shout,
then he has to read the game a lot better, But yeah, I think in general, I'm delighted with his performance.
Me too. I think he's I don't think necessarily he works with Dawson next to him because it's almost like you've got two, no disrespect, but 2 older defenders with each other. I think if you have Dawson or Oggy with Akira or with Azuma, I think that just gives you that sort of youthful exuberance, if that makes sense. But it did the job. I mean, they weren't really upping. I mean, a few times Silva broke the line, but there wasn't really much for them to go with. Do you know what I mean, man? It was just one of those things. It was one of those
absolutely. Things. At the end of the day, Russ, do you know what? We said it before the stream. What was the most important thing for you?
Win. Yeah. And a win,
got
a clean sheet, no sub, no injuries, hopefully. No one sent off, a few bookings, which weren't great. Because that's something we have to watch out for now. We've got a few players will be on 2 bookings now. I think 3 bookings is when you get the when you get suspension. So it's worth just, we can reflect on that. But 3 out of 3. 3 out of 3 in Europe, mate.
Yeah, we'll take that, mate. 2 wins and a trot.
Plus the Viborg games as well, isn't it?
Yeah, actually, yeah. Good valid point, getting the job done, that's the main thing. I know we're going to go very soon, but Scarborough's saying we'll smash Anderlecht at home. I mean, I don't like being confident. I don't like it, too confident. But there's an element of me that maybe possibly agrees with you. I think they're I'll be honest with you, they're there for the taking in an abundance. I didn't feel the real threat. I thought Silva was lucky to be in the position sometimes he was when the ball fell to him a couple of times. But I think that Moyes will be correcting that and making sure that that's not going to be an option. And
I agree.
I really do think we can do a job against them really well.
I think so. I think with the crowd behind us, and as you, they had the crowd behind them, they got quite fanatic bunch of fans, and I think that they sort of ran. It was almost like on the crest of a wave, because you would do the home advantage. I think when you take them back to our gaff, I think it'd be a different story. I really do think it'd be a different story, man.
Yep, 100%, mate, 100%. Right, what are we doing then? We need to head, don't we?
We got ahead. We'll have the ratings tomorrow and the press conference for the Fulham game.
Man, it's ridiculous. So if you obviously, I mean, trying to just give you a rundown of what's coming up. Join if I get a chance to try and do an analysis show, I will. I think it will be a good one actually to do. So I'll try my best to find a bit of time to do it. But in the meantime, join Russ 12:30 tomorrow. Live ratings, so you get a chance to come in and put your points across and your opinion across as well in that show. And then obviously 5:00. Hammers headlines. It'll be good to find out how we've, come out of this game as such and moving in forward for the Fulham game. And so hopefully we've got no one that's injured or anything like that. And then Saturday we'll be back with the Fulham content in preparation for
ready for Sunday
game on Sunday, which I'm not doing the match day live on Sunday because it is the big man's birthday. So there's stuff planned. I will be watching the game though, but I am not doing the stream. So.
Don't worry, we'll have match day morning anyway, and I'll try and jump on at the end after the game to have a chin wag with some people afterwards. So don't worry.
Oh, it's very nice of you to do that. That's it, really.
That's it, guys. Yeah. I've got to dose myself up. Indeed, I have to dose myself up, Pete. I do. The mother-in-law's given. I've got my paracetamol for later on. Thank you. Very concerned. And if you're new, Randy, give it a like, give it a comment, give it a share, give it a bloody good subscribe, maybe become a channel member, all that good stuff. And as I said, we'll be back tomorrow at 12:00, 12:30 UK time. That's it, isn't it? That's it. As always, we'd like to thank all of our channel members, but we'll thank our sponsors today, our channel sponsors. He says if he's got the video clip. Yes. Yes, we do. We'll thank our channel sponsors. Take care, everyone. Stay safe. And go and chat. Claret and Booze are on at 9:30, aren't they? Go and have a chat with them. We love them, don't we? We love the Claret and Boo boys. Yeah. See you later, guys. Take care. Bye.
Owned.
Thank you.